Sibling fights is very common in almost every home. Sibling fight is a source of concern at a point to every parent. Are you a parent who have twins? Are you a parent who have triplets? Or your children fight a lot most of the time? Help has come your way. Welcome to my channel, the Impactful Parenting Academy. I am Oluwakemi Owolabi, the convener of the Impactful Parenting Academy. You can also call me the Mom of Impact. I will always come your way with tips that can help your parenting goals and your parenting journey, helping you to achieve your goals as regards child raising, helping you to raise champions, giving you tips that will make the family to be happy and be in one accord, and at the same time the parents enjoying themselves. You are very much welcome to my channel. Today, we want to talk about how to stop sibling fights. Almost every home experiences this a lot, no matter the age of the children. You see children fighting for things unnecessarily. The funny thing is, within a twinkling of an eye, they are back together playing. And you'll be wondering why they fight in the first place. I'll tell you why they fight. Children fight because they don't have the ability to regulate their emotions yet. They also fight because they don't have the ability to resolve conflict yet. The ability for conflict resolution is still very, very low. That's why they fight. And they just express how they feel at that time. That's why they fight. And you'll be surprised that within a twinkling of an eye, they are laughing, they are playing with each other again. Today, we'll be discussing what you can do as a parent to stop sibling fights. The first thing that you can do as a parent to stop sibling fights is not to compare your child. Even if you are the one that gives birth to them, they will not react the same way. Each child is unique. Every child has his or her own uniqueness. Even if they are twins, even if they are triplets, quadruplets, they will not all behave the same way. So if you want to avoid sibling fights in your home, you need not to compare your child with another child. Take each child as an entity that is unique and is our own character. It will be easier. Another thing that you can do to stop sibling fights is by giving each child attention. You will say, how is that possible? It is. When you monitor your child, you have studied your child, and you know what makes your child tick, what your child likes. You pay attention to that child. What triggers the emotions of your child? You pay attention to it. Then you will know how to handle each child. Another thing is, sometimes when a parent gives birth to a newborn baby and you have another 3-year-old child, you start thinking, can't you see that we have a baby now? Can't you see that your young brother or young sister needs me? You need to understand. You need to stop crying. They can't understand. Even you as a parent, you want to express how you feel per time. You must look for a way to give attention to the older child, to the other child. If you have twins, you have to look for a way to give attention to both of them. If you have triplets, you have to find a way to give attention to the 3 of them. You have to look for a way of attending to each of your children's needs. Not that you focus on the need of one child while you leave another child. Another thing that you can do to stop sibling fights is to make sure that each child has his or her personal space. Yeah, you say, is it possible? Of course it is. Even if they are staying in the same room, let some things belong to each child and let it be identified. I've had issues where the parents of triplets was crying to me in school that my children cry for everything. And the 3 of them cry for the same clothes. I said the first thing you should do is, when you are buying clothes for them, you buy clothes that is different. Even if it's the same thing, let the color be different. Let something be different that gives each child an identification. When each child has an identification, each child wants to protect his or her property. Allow each child to have their personal space. They should have some things that belong to themselves in the house, that it is known to everyone that these belong to sibling A, This belongs to sibling B. This belongs to sibling C. So you don't start hearing cries, oh, it's my thing, it's my thing. Each child knows the owner of each item in the home. Another thing that you can do as a parent is to prevent situations that cause this kind of fights in the home. Study the triggers. Sometimes an older sibling is hungry, tired, and you're telling that older sibling to play with the other one or to watch over the other one. The child will keep reacting in annoyance. The child will keep reacting negatively because at that time the child is experiencing a negative emotion. If you want a child to play with another child or to watch over another child, the best thing for you to do is to make sure that the other child is in the right state of mind. You have to create happy situations for each child. If this child is playing with this toy and this child start crying for that toy, when you come, you don't start shouting, are you not older than him? Aren't you supposed to understand better? Everyone have emotions per time that they feel. So as a parent, the first thing that you should do is to empathize with that child. Oh honey, he's not giving you the ball to play with. Let's go find some other toys. Let's go get some other toys to play with. And before you know it, they're happy with each other again, playing with their separate toys. This is very important if you want to prevent sibling fights in your home. Don't leave them together unattended to for too long. Most of the time we do this. Children attention span is quite low. They don't have very high attention span like adults. They get tired of events and situations easily and they want to do something else. Attention span is very low. If you really want your children not to fight all the time, don't leave them together for too long unattended to. Before they start getting bored, change the scenario, change the situation, change the environment, attend to them, speak with them before they start getting bored and start reacting negatively. Another thing that you can do to prevent sibling fights in your home is that you should enforce standards of respect. Standards of respect. There should be every form of standard of respect for each other in the family. For example, you can tell the older siblings that on no account must you beat your younger ones. When they do something wrong, you report them. Even I, as a parent, don't beat you. There are alternative measures of disciplining children apart from beating nowadays. You tell the older child, you report. You tell all the children that they're supposed to report one another. You also tell the younger child that you can use your words, not your hands. You don't start beating another child because of how you're feeling. Use your words, not your hands. Enforce that standard of respect in your home. Lay the rules that no calling of names, no eating, no abusing in the home, and everyone will get used to that. One major standard of respect that you must enforce in your home is the ability to apologize. Train your children to be able to say sorry whenever they are wrong. It's important. Another thing that you can do to prevent sibling fights in your home as your children are getting older, from preschoolers, you can teach negotiation and problem solving skills. Negotiation and problem solving skills. They can have a meeting within each other, among themselves. They can have a meeting. Now is our screen time. Now let me watch my cartoon. I'll watch my cartoon from this time to this time. You will watch your cartoon from this time to this time. Instead of holding the remote and running after each other all over the house fighting, they can reach a compromise. They can negotiate with one another. You will even be surprised that there will be relative peace in your home. You see them watching the same program together because there's an agreement that at this point in time, we are going to watch yours together too. It works wonders. If you can teach your children how to problem solve, how to look for solution to some problems that comes up in their relationship with one another. Another thing that you can do to prevent sibling fights in your home is to help them to have team spirit. Let them know that in this family we've got each other's backs. We help each other out. We do things together. And sometimes as parents, you give them chores that they have to execute together. And you praise them when they're able to execute the chores without fighting. If they're able to execute the chores without any form of fight or rancor, you can even praise them and give them a reward of a gift or more screen time or any form of reward. As a parent, you have to regulate your emotions. You have to regulate your emotions when your children are fighting for a particular thing. Don't come around and start saying, you should know better, you are older. No, you should look at the situation from the point of view of the child. Empathize first with the child. Take deep breaths, analyze the situation. Don't take sides. It is important. As a parent, don't take sides. Your child, at no matter age, can note when you are taking sides. And they feel it so much. They feel it a lot. They feel so bad about it when you take sides. Help the children to regulate their emotions. That's the next thing you do after you as a parent has regulated your emotions. You call them. Oh, this is what your brother did to you. This is what your sister did to you. Oh, sorry, dear. Now, you may not have to respond angrily to your sister. You may not have to respond angrily to your brother. You can just take a walk. You walk away from that particular scene. You can decide to go play with another toy. You can decide to go do some other things that make you happy. Then you come back and tell your sister or your brother what they have done that you don't like. And you see your brother apologizing to you. Only when you are angry, you don't fight. You don't eat someone else. And you don't use your words by abusing. You use your word by saying how you feel. Or you first of all walk away. To really stop sibling fighting in your home, you have to be a good role model. Your children have to see how you resolve conflicts within your surroundings. Your children have to see how you resolve conflicts in your home, how you respond to your spouse, how you respond to your other siblings too, how you respond to people around you, your neighbors. They should see that you're in peace with people. They should see that you are not always at loggerheads with other people. Your children will learn from you. They will say, this is how my mommy usually do it. This is how my daddy usually reacts. And they will pick up from there. There are some children that in school, you will never see them fighting somebody else. If they are pained by a situation, they report. But you will never see them fighting. And they have this very good heart that they are so caring as parents. Whenever your children fight, it's normal to fight. You see that despite all the fights, they still love one another. Whenever they fight, please, when you want to intervene, stay calm. Take deep breath. Analyze the situation. And please, it is important that you don't take sides. Don't take sides. We can separate the children by giving them some other things that will take their attention away from that particular situation. But it is important that you bring them together again. Bring them together again. Speak to them about the reaction of each child and let them apologize to one another and repair the damage that sibling fight has caused. This is very important to do as parents so that there is so much love radiating within your home, and that your children grow up with this kind of love, that they become inseparable when they are adults. Even when they are married, they still care so much for one another. Taking sides when your children are fighting is one of the reasons for sibling rivalry in future. We see siblings killing each other, plotting to kill each other, plotting evil for one another, because the parents at one point or the other were taking sides. Favoritism is very wrong. As a parent, don't favor one child more than another. There are situations in a family where a particular child has to be given preferential treatment. When this happens, call all the siblings. Let them know the reason why that child has to be given preferential treatment at that point in time. Let them know that the child needs it most. In fact, by the time you explain the reasons to the children, it is the children that will even tell you that, no, let's give it to my brother now. Let's attend to my brother now. My own can wait. My own can be done later. If you help your children to manage their emotions well, if you help to build the love among your children, you are going to enjoy it when they are older. You are going to enjoy it even at your old age, because everyone will carry each other along. If this video has been beneficial to you, please share with other parents. Like, subscribe to this channel, and at the same time hit the notification button so that you can always be notified when useful tips that can help you to raise your child comes your way. Till I come your way again to your parenting success. Oluwakemi.